Dumb question. Okay. How much math do you use in your day job and what kind do you use? Dumb question. How much math do you use in your day job? I'm a biochemistry and molecular biology major with a master's in biotechnology. I'm working in industry as a field application scientist, and my current company offers tuition assistance. I am finding my ceiling limited in the science side of things without a PhD degree, so thinking of using the TA to get an engineering master's degree at night, part time or online, not just for better pay and job security, but actually to learn how to build and create tools and products instead of just using and working with them. I'm leaning towards biomedical engineering since I already have a good amount of the core science for the background. But here's where the dumb question part comes in. I know that engineering curriculums are heavy in math and physics, but once you are out of school, how much actual math do you use day to day? And what kinds exactly? How is it applied? I did well in statistics and was thinking of going down a bioinformatics data science path, but I also remember that calculus kicked my butt in undergrad, which scared me off being a full fledged engineer at the time. That being said, I'm older and wiser now and willing to bite the bullet with more focus if that's what it takes to succeed. But I'm still curious about how much work on the actual day of an engineer looks like calculus or linear algebra homework. Is it at least fun if it's applied? I like stats and chemistry math because I felt like I could at least connect the math to a bigger picture or real life situation rather than just looking at numbers and equations that led to more numbers in a problem set, which I found pretty dry. You know, I have not had a super technical engineering career, so my opinion is my opinion and my experience is my experience, but I also know about other people's experiences as well. I'd say that I have not done any calculus by hand. I've not done any linear algebra by hand. If I've needed an equation for something, I've looked it up. And most engineering calculations are done in programs that already exist and or spreadsheets that exist to do the calculations. Having the knowledge and the math background helps you do your sanity check and say, okay, is my spreadsheet working correctly? Is my formula working correctly? Does this solution make sense? But as for doing the heavy math work, it's minimal. It's absolutely minimal. The math, this is from talking to engineers that work in my industry, it's pretty minimal the amount of math that they do. Now, maybe some engineers have jobs where they do heavy math loads and they have to do hand calcs, but I don't know the engineers that do that. At least they don't have to do it because there's usually a program or file that exists to help them do those calculations. And we'd rather use the program or file to do those calculations instead of having people do them hand calc over and over and over again because it's faster. If we're doing the same type of calcs over and over again, it's faster just to use the formulas and the programs. And also it's a lower chance for error because you know that the formula and the spreadsheet and the tool works. So no, it's not, there's not much of heavy math in the job. I've used basic statistics. I do rates for engineering projects, and I've used basic statistics, engineering economics. I've done more of that than anything else, which is just interest rate formulas and that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I have not had a heavy use of math, and I haven't been a super technical engineer. But again, the people that I have talked to that are technical engineers, they don't do a lot of math. Let's go to the comment section to see if my statement about others is correct. Basic algebra and arithmetic on a daily basis. I've never used calculus a single time. We have software for that kind of stuff. I do most of my math on a spreadsheet or occasionally by hand if I need to solve a circuit or something. Really, that's it for electrical engineering. My dad is a PhD in electrical engineering, and I grew up thinking he was some math wizard. Well, the PhDs might be doing crazy math. Let's be honest here. The research-based stuff, they're going to be doing theory. So yeah, there might be equations and if you're doing research, but not as much if you're in industry. Control engineer here. Use mostly differential equations, linear algebra, transfer functions. Of course, we have software that does most of the job for you, but you still have to understand what you're doing. Yeah, so you take the class, you understand what the software is doing, and it makes the solutions make sense. Because if you don't understand what the math is going on behind it, then you can get a solution that is impractical or unrealistic, and then you wouldn't know that off the top of your head. You wouldn't know, oh, I need to double check my inputs because that is not right. That doesn't make any sense. So that's really what the math knowledge for is that sanity check whenever you're using your software.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Now I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.